Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome to the Abyssgarage, and again, working on the 94 Dakota here. And in today's video, I'm going to try and install a second gen Dakota rear bumper on this first gen truck. Now, second gens was from 97 to 04, and one of the guys at work with, his father has a body shop, and they had a basically, in a sense, a brand new bumper chilling that they were getting rid of. So I decided, free 99, to take it and see if I can improve a little bit on this truck, being that it's really, hopefully, going to cost me nothing to install this. I'm not even sure if this is really going to work at all. So with that being said, let's see what we can do here. All right, guys, so just like that, we got the bumper on, and I gotta say, being a Colorado truck, I can't believe how easily those bolts came out. I'm used to Northeast cars just being rusted out like crazy. So I gotta say, the bumper bolts up. The old truck, the old bumper has 4 bolts that hold the bumper to the frame or the extension. This bumper only has 2 holes. So that's we're gonna take I might be able to take a center punch and actually be able to drill this out. Hopefully a right angle drill will fit in there. I'll get underneath for you guys to see in a second. But what's awesome here is that this lines up with the existing, this hole, I should say, lines up perfectly for the jack itself to lower and raise the tire up in case you need to change it. We don't have a gap as far as from the tailgate, and we can open and close the tailgate without any issues, which is really, really awesome. It's like it was almost made for it. So, and I initially said that I prefer the original bumper, but I gotta say, looking at it back here, it does not look out of place by any means. This looks pretty good. So let me just crawl underneath and show you guys real quick what we're working with here, in case anyone has questions about doing this swap. So there was, again, we actually had 3 bolts on each side. So we had, this one doesn't have it, but a cross brace that would go to the frame, and then 2 bolt holes here and 2 on the other side as well. So all I have to do now is I'll get this tightened down into place, but tough to tell because of the lighting situation, but we'll go ahead and get this drilled out on both sides. And then I think what I'm going to do here is this pigtail for the lights, license plate lights, is different from the plug itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut off on my stock bumper the harness, splice it in, and then that way I can go ahead and still use this factory clip, factory connector. I don't have to worry about that. And then I think it'll actually be done. So this was going a lot easier than I expected. Oops. All right, so I'm taking this a little step further, and the bumper is in place, and I gotta say that came out really nice. Ended up using, I'll probably mention it again, but I used the factory harness. I was gonna originally use the one that came with the bumper and splice it, but the bulbs and the socket are the same, so I was able to transfer that over. Perfect. Last thing is this crossbar on the original, on the first gen truck. It is longer by, I'd say, 1.5 to 2 inches probably. So all I did was took it to a grinder real quick, cut this in half, and just lap this over, and this lines up perfect now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, clean this up, and I'm going to weld this up like so, and then I'll be able to use the factory bolt holes and just again add a little bit more strength to where it should be to begin with. So we're doing this swap, I would say, properly in that case. All right, so here is the bracket. I cut this down in half and just simply overlapped it, used the MIG welder, and got it welded up all the way around. Did the same thing on the other side, and while it was hot, I took some high heat spray paint and sprayed it numerous coats on here just to add some protection to the metal itself so it doesn't rust. So I'm going to go ahead and then bolt this up, and then this is pretty much, actually, this is done. So let's get this on, and you know what, I'm going to probably wait till the daytime tomorrow to show you guys some footage of this because, well, let's face it, it's dark out. All right, guys, so here we are next day in the daylight, and this bumper came out great. Like I said before, I was a little hesitant on using a second gen bumper just as far as the visual, because the second gen Dakotas are totally different in the shape compared to the first gen. But I gotta say though, this bumper doesn't look out of place at all. I've seen over the years everyone would swap out a second gen bumper for like a universal one once they rusted out here in the Northeast. And that looks out of place. So I think you can retro and do it this way, and it doesn't look nearly as bad. We keep all our functions, which is great. You know, like I said, I was able to swap over to the original license plate light harness, use the same style bulbs and sockets, so I don't have to worry about that, which is always a nice thing. Now, like I said, I guess I did go a little bit further, but I didn't really have to as far as cutting the diagonal brace and welding it up, shortening it up and welding it. You don't have to if you don't have a welder. Otherwise, you could just simply drill out the new hole and then go from there. But, you know, overall, like the beauty of this is besides that bracket, I didn't have to touch the actual frame of the truck or anything like that at all. I had to drill one more additional hole on each side of the bumper itself to allow it to line up and work properly. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, find it maybe a little bit informational. If you guys are doing a swap like this or something similar to give you the idea for making something work when it shouldn't. And I'll see you guys around for the next video in the Abyss Garage, and take care, guys.